Entrepreneurs Life, your daily podcast with fascinating entrepreneurs from around the world. Today, we have a real cool guest, Bernd Leitsoni, a fellow Austrian. Say hello, Bernd.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Great having you here. So, we've known each other for quite some time. He is another fascinating character from the world of performance marketing and online marketing, but you have really shifted to something a bit different. And this is what I want to talk with you about today, because I think it's so crucial for every entrepreneur to master. And that's the world of, well, human resources, people, really, right? It's all about people. So, what are you doing in the space of people? And, well, then we're going to dive right into it.
Yeah, Phil, honored to be here. So thanks for having me. Sure. We care about people. It's a people business, as we know. And we help like companies to get new talent, which have been quite challenging at least in Europe, the past few years, I would say. And we use the vehicle of performance marketing to see the hiring process more like a client acquisition process, and this have been working really, really good for us and
That's
for our clients as well.
That's fascinating. Okay, so obviously you're the founder, you're the CEO of the company. The company is called Riftbird. Guys, check it out if you're looking to hire the right kind of people. Right now, I want to focus on hiring for entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
specifically people who are more at the beginning of their journey. So, say somebody has started their company and they're looking into getting started with hiring, getting the right team on board. Where do they start? What's like the first hire people should look into?
First hire definitely gotta be like a PA, like personal assist. So especially if you're starting out as an entrepreneur, you do a lot of stuff, right? You do like book holding, you do like accounting, you do like this and this and this, and you have some superpower. It's probably like sales or marketing or something like this, and you need some help. And I think the first quality good hire should be like a PA, because this will buy you back some time, which you can spend then in like more money acquiring things that you are good in.
I think that's very interesting. I mean, one of the typical traps that a lot of new entrepreneurs fall into is that they do everything themselves, right? So this obviously helps them. Okay, what's the next best hire then? Number two.
I think then it really depends on what your strengths are. Like, if you're pretty good at marketing, you kind of want to keep this role. I would think in terms of roles, not in terms of hire. So, like, you are maybe like one or two or three people already, but you are having like 10 roles. So, like, one guy has to have like 3 or 4 roles. So you got to think about which are the most important roles, which roles I'm very good at it, and which roles I might need support. But disclaimer here, I think an entrepreneur has to, dive deep into every role to really get to know this role. And a quite common mistake is like, all right, I'm really bad at sales, so just hire a sales guy and he does all the sales. I think that's not the right approach. We've seen so many entrepreneurs, and we've coached over like 200 agencies as well. We've seen so many entrepreneurs doing this mistake. So I think like you gotta master the role quite some time, and then you are, you can give the role to somebody else. And if you think in roles and not like positions or hires, it's easier at the beginning.
So you would say that in general, as an entrepreneur, you first want to do the task yourself, understand what it's all about, potentially also
At least
master
at
it.
least the important task. I don't think like if you really suck at getting together all your invoices for book holding, that's not something you gotta suffer through. But I think like the major disciplines like marketing, sales, like all this kind of stuff, I think it's very important to dive deep into those roles, because then you will know which person you should hire, because this is crucial as well. So you hire some person, and we have some tips on there if you want to as well. But you should have gone through the role, know what to do, and have your KPIs ready, and then you know which person you can hire. And then there's a common mistake as well, because people think like, all right, I need the sales guy right now, or I need the marketing guy right now, or I need this guy right now. In reality, it's like, if you get like this sales guy right now, you're gonna hire this, or if you get like this marketing guy right now, you're gonna hire this. So it's not like I need the marketing guy, I find the marketing guy. I need the sales guy, I find the sales guy. So in reality, if you're starting out, you probably have like more open positions and more open roles, and then you take the people who really fit on this job, and then probably you hire the sales guys 2 months before the marketing guys or whatever, because it's the right fit and it's the right person.
That's interesting. Okay, so you said a couple of things I want to dive into right now. So one of the things is that you mentioned you are hiring like other people are selling goods and services online, right? So let's jump into that first. So traditionally, when you wanted to hire somebody, I guess you went to like the newspapers or later on like job portals, right? And we all know them. I've not had the biggest success with job portals. You
Why
have
not?
a very different. Why not? Well, that's a very because I suck at hiring. That's why we're having this call here. That's why we're having a call here. So I have two questions. First of all, if you work with job portals, how
Yeah.
do you approach it? And
You don't.
secondly, if you
You don't. Just skip it. You don't. Just don't waste your money on that. You won't get any good applications. You don't, because it's easy. There's no like talented people out there looking for jobs. Like a very, very small amount of people looking for jobs. You want people switching companies, right? And those kind of people, they don't look on job portals or in a newspaper or something like this. The quality type of people, they're working already somewhere. And you gotta answer one question: why should we hire? You gotta answer the question: why should I join your company? That's a major important question. You gotta answer for those kind of people, and then you do some kind of interrupt-based marketing. So they don't go on the job portal, they don't go on the newspaper, they just browse through Instagram, for example, or LinkedIn or whatever. And then you gotta attract them like the good old performance marketing days. Throw out the hook, which really like gets them into your zone, and then you gotta answer these questions: why should I join your company? As like Simon Sinek already said, start with why. And I think this is the type of thing we gotta do as a companies right now. We gotta build a brand, the employer brand, and answer this typical question to attract the really good people. I'm not talking about like people who are like looking for a job and apply here and apply there. We want to attract the really good people, and good people are working somewhere already.
okay, so you're saying that you have to steal people from somewhere else.
Sure. I mean, yes, people are
Okay,
frustrated.
well,
There's a
yeah.
study out there, and there are different kind of studies, but it says like between 40 and 50% of all employees are willing to change their company because they're looking for something else. They're not feeling like it anymore. Like they want to work for the higher vision. Like they want to grow. They want to do something. You got to find out what they really want, and then you got to see if you can offer this, and then you package it in a nice way, and then you will attract them, and they will come to you or find you.
Okay, so I learned something here. So first of all, fuck all the job platforms, right? Sorry, guys, but this is outdated. Okay, you
Yeah.
understand what people actually want, and you get in front of them. How do you actually do that? So if you're not using job platforms, how do you let the right kind of people know that you want to hire them?
Okay. I ask you a question. How do you do good marketing? Like, what is the main source of really good marketing to attract your avatar?
Well, you understand their main problem, and you offer a solution.
Absolutely. And you got to split your avatars, and you be very specific about what you can offer, right? So like we split all different kind of like jobs in different positions. So like there's sales, there's marketing, there's whatever, right? We split them. We build own funnels for every position, and then we develop like own hooks, like creatives for those kind of avatars, like of those kind of people, because sales guy have different kind of problems or needs or wants than somebody who works in fulfillment, for example. So the first off, you got to start with creating your avatar and answering the questions: where should these people come from? Is this a guy who does this job already and is just switching, or is this a guy who does something else or coming from a different kind of niche and switching to this niche? So maybe it's important to talk about more of the niche and the because the niche will be in the future very interesting and all this kind of things. So this is the things we get them hooked, and not like the niche you are currently in, for example. So I think this is the very important first step. Be very specific. What is your avatar? And then craft your message based on your avatar needs, wants, and so on.
Very interesting. I mean, this is not too far from what people have or should have always done in like creating a job profile, or is it different?
Yeah, I would say it's different because they always like creating this kind of job profile, and then if you read them like on job portals, it's always the same things. It's
True.
they always say the same things, like you get the flat or like the boss you can always talk to, the free coffee, and the fruits, and we have, so it's always like very little things, or like this beneficial standards, I would say. But we're gonna go deeper in here. So for example, if you won't say like we have a good team, like our team culture is pretty cool. You would say like, hey, our team is really amazing. On like Wednesdays we go out and try to discover or try to escape from an escape room. At the birthday of John, we went to this amazing restaurant where we had this like 7-course dinner, and the next company event will be riding quads through the Dubai desert, whatever. So being very specific, like in marketing, is very important to attract this kind of talent. And you also want to do like a little storytelling as well. So that's what I mean with specific. It's not only about the avatar, it's also like what can you offer in terms of this position. I'll give you another example. So if we want to hire somebody in sales, we gotta find out why people are not happy anymore in their current sales role. And if you understand that people are not happy anymore in sales roles because they're selling some things, they cannot stand behind them anymore, like some kind of a whack insurance or something like this. This is like something they feel that every day. And if I have the right message and tell them, hey, life is too short to sell those whack things to grandmas or whatever, come check out what you could sell instead, for example.
Right.
They will listen to us, and then we will get specific, and then we will sell them like our company culture, but be very specific. That's the key.
Understood. Okay. So I learned a lot here actually of how to actually make the role understood, or the responsibilities, and what we can offer as a company, or what any entrepreneur can offer with the role that they need to hire for. But then how do you actually get in front of these people? So you mentioned ads, right? Is this
Yep.
how you do it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it depends on what position we're looking for. Like if we're looking for like a, social media content creator who does like TikToks, we probably go on TikTok because we won't find this kind of people there. If you're looking for like a white collar, C-level manager, something, we probably go on LinkedIn and do like also like reach outs there. But there's a pro tip in here. There's a tool called LinkedIn Talent Manager or LinkedIn Recruiter. It's called Recruiter, right? And this is not the right tool because we said like we want to speak to people who are like probably open to switching their jobs. So try to use the Sales Navigator instead. Like the Sales Navigator, you can check out every profile, and then you reach out and do some ads there. So it always depends on what kind of positions you're gonna find, and then you see them in different kind of like packages in terms of social media, and you can create a package for the young guys, a package for the white collar guys, a package for sales guys, a package for this and this. And so you vary in terms of social media channels depending on the positions that you're looking for.
All right. Interesting. Okay. So you basically go where the target audience hangs out, right?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, makes sense. It's very obvious, and it's very similar to marketing, as you know, because you
Right.
did a lot of marketing in life, and it's very similar. But I would say like this is the beginning. It's just the beginning, because I would say like 1.5 years ago, it was okay to just have like your job post on social media. That was enough. You got some applications, and
Right.
that was fine. But nowadays, everybody is doing this on social media, and everybody makes shitty ads, as we know. So we got to do really good ads because we know our avatar, we know where they are, we know what their problems are, we know what they want, and all this kind of stuff. And then we will be very successful creating a lot of good applications. Then we will sort out those applications. There are different things on that as well. And then we hire the absolutely best people we ever can imagine. And then we can do it again if we want to, because we already cracked the code. Because like hooks, which already works, we can use it again and again. That's how it
So
goes.
okay, so I understood the ads part. So you could do like cold outreach on LinkedIn, or you run ads. You basically go where your prospects are, right? Where the people
Yeah.
who you want to hire hang out. Okay. So then where do you send these people? Do you have an online questionnaire, or what's the state of the art there?
Yeah. So the state of the art would be like, I think the state of the art is like some kind of um, fast funnel, like really like this is like a 45-second application, whatever. Don't do this. It really does not work that well. A lot of people doing this, but it does not work because people want to be like, they want to see behind the curtain of this kind of company. We got to show them something. So it's more what we do. It's more a type of a landing page, a really sales landing page where we, answer the question, as I told you already, like, why should I join this company? What is the why? What are my core values? What my values in terms of my employees? And what are my benefits? And then like maybe have some kind of video or some kind of employer testimonials or something like this. So it's a really like grown landing page with objection handling as well, because we also have to answer the question, why shouldn't I go there? Very important as well. So because people like always have to leave something behind because they are switching jobs. They are not like going to you because they go anyway. They don't go anyway, so they are leaving behind their current job and switching to you. That's why we have to do objection handling as well. And then yes, then you have like some kind of application form where you have knockout questions and really can, sort out people who really like whatever in terms of question you would like to ask. CVs are outdated. Nobody does CVs anymore. So you rather have like a questionnaire and then like doing a little, process up front, knock out people which don't fit your needs, and then you can schedule a call with them, and then it can goes in different directions. You can do personality tests. You can have like, as we do, some kind of like work tests. So we give them copy to write or creatives to make or whatever, and then you schedule an interview, get them to know personally if you want, and then you hire them. That's exactly how you do it.
Interesting. Okay, so you basically try to get rid of a lot of people through
Yeah,
like the
absolutely.
the, the,
Yes.
the
Yes.
questionnaire, right? And then you make people work. Is that what I heard from what you said, right?
That's what
So
we
so
do.
you
Yeah,
basically okay,
that's what we do. We make people work, so we will give them some like example things to do, like writing copy or creating some ads. It depends on the role. Like if they're in sales, they have to show us that they can read a script, for example. So different kind of positions. We have different kind of tests. They make. We also do personality tests. I think that's very important as well. You can get rid of a lot of, I would say, not the people who wouldn't fit this role. Let's say it
right,
like this, right? People who wouldn't fit this role. If you do personality tests, and then we schedule a Zoom call, and then they come to our office, and then we hire them or not. So we have some kind of selection, 2 or 3 people there. And I would
right.
say the percentage ratio of like applications to hire is like 2% something, 2 or 3% the most.
Hold on. So from everybody who applies,
Yeah.
you are recommending that you should only hire 2 to 3% of all
If you
these
can
people
do
apply.
this, yes. Yeah. So 100 applications, you hire probably 2 people.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So how many
Because
applications would you typically?
those would be the right kind of people. They fit the culture, they have the drive, they have everything you need. And I think that's the main important thing. And companies nowadays, they hire because they have to. It's just like, I don't have a good feeling, but we have to. Let's go. Come on. And we both know that like it's costing a lot of money to hire wrong people. It's very important.
Oh yeah, those are the most costly. Very very bad, very very bad.
Yeah.
Definitely better to invest the right kind of resources into getting the right kind of people on board. There is this saying that you should hire for character
Personality.
and not
Yeah.
skill, right? What do you say about this?
Yeah, 100%, especially if you're like not that big. If you're bigger and need some C-level who already brings some experience, I wouldn't say this. But if you're starting out and have like, 5 to 10 employees or something like this, I think the most important thing is that they have the drive. They must be willing to learn something new. They must be really excited about. So a very like I like a question a lot in this kind of questionnaires. If I hire something, I would ask them like, what kind of resources are you currently consuming on this kind of topic to keep you updated? I think that's an excellent question, because then you see exactly, it's like, is this resource list like this long, or do they just write YouTube, And so you can sort out a little bit on how interested they are, because in I played professional sports back in the days, and they had a saying like, you can't coach speed. And I would say like, you can't, get, I mean, you can get people, but you can't get people who are like intrinsic motivated, that they really want to do something. And I think that's the most important thing you want to have when you're starting out.
Definitely. Interesting. Okay. I have a last question, and then we're actually over time already, but hiring is such an important topic that I
Yeah,
want to close with this question. And it's actually hiring is firing, right? So,
yeah,
unfortunately, every entrepreneur will be sooner or later will be in a position to fire people as well. What's
sure.
like your top tips for firing people if you have to?
I think be sure that there are no sharp objects within the No, I would say like honest feedback all the way. I think it's the key. And if you lead with honesty, like all the time, like being direct and honesty, then people will already know, if you talk to them 1, 2, 3 times, that the third time is like, hey, we better split up. So don't make something like out of the blues, like, hey, Phil, you're fired. Oh, why? Why? No, no. So, but if you're being honest and direct with your feedback, already like beforehand, then it's very easy to split up, because the other part also like sees that it's probably not going in the right direction, and they will be pretty okay with that. So I would have like 2 or 3 meetings before that, try to get those kind of people going, and then say like, hey, I think we don't go in the right direction, and just having a good conversation, and don't burn the bridges. Maybe someday you're gonna need those kind of person, or they recommend something other, or whatever. So yeah, this will be my tip on that.
Very true. A friend of mine called this the 2 cups of coffee method. He was
Hmm.
like, you recommended 3 cups of coffee, basically. He said two. So once you go for somebody, you go for a coffee with somebody and basically prepare them that
Yeah.
this is probably not going to work out. And the second time, you are actually letting them go. So firing very fast, but as you said, being very upfront about it. I tried that once, and then the guy sued me for $100,000. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, can happen too.
the shit an entrepreneur has to go through.
It's a roller coaster, man. It's up and down all the way, every day.
It is. It is. Well, thank you so much for this conversation, Bernd. Very, very cool to learn about the new approach to hiring as an entrepreneur. Sooner or later, everybody obviously has to hire. And obviously, if you want to build something big, then you need the right kind of people. So thanks for sharing your approach here. This was
Sure, my
Bernd
pleasure.
Leitsoni, Riftbird founder and CEO. And I definitely learned a lot. I hope everybody watching learned a lot too. Thank you, Bernd.
Thank you for having me. Bye. Have a good day, everybody.